Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to Super Buddies Forever. If you've forgotten, I'm Wendy, and I know who you are. Those of you who are here, actually. It's been a long time. Actually, about 7 months, I think, to be she hasn't snored in months, in weeks and nights, and now she's snoring. So, definitely welcome back to Super Buddies Forever, where the darling dog of the house is constantly snoring. I'm just glad she's still here, actually, at how old she is right now. So, lots of you have asked, where have I been? I want to explain and tell you all about it as well right off the hop. Thank you to those people so sweet to inbox me and wonder how I was doing, if I was okay. That was really nice. That's was really sweet and nice. I hope I gave a quick explanation to everybody to let you know I'm not sick, I'm not bailing, I'm just got busy with other things. Things kind of all happened at once that, well, we didn't expect, kind of expected or hoped for, and some we didn't. I even forget where I left off with you. So I feel like I'm trying to retrace my steps and figure that out, and I'll still have to do that more. Alex was in training for management, and that kept him more busy, more responsibilities on me, not time together, and this and that. That plays in for a minute here, I'll explain, but he did get the promotion, so we're really excited about that. But that has really taken a big chunk out of our lives that we didn't expect. So we're still camping. Grace doesn't love it as much, but we love it more. I mean, it was our retirement dream come true early, so we've really been sticking to that. And especially because we've had so little time together, we've really found our camping time to be very important to us, to give us some us time, you know, just because you have to do that to have a good relationship. So relationships take work, and that has been the time that we've, even though he still had to do some work sometimes when we camped and had service, but it's kind of like a fun date, and we love to boondock. So that comes together that as we were talking about let's see, where do I start this story? As we were talking about enjoying and loving our camper you got, which I told you about because it's been about almost a year. We got it last October, so it's just over a year anniversary of having it. We did really enjoy it. We enjoy the work to camp the way we do. We love to boondock. And anyway, we were already kind of dreaming of what's for our future. And I said, the thing I want, thing he wants, we probably can't afford any time in the future, and why would we spend all that time dreaming about what we like when, why don't we just own what we own and let's rebuild this camper to be ours. And Alex was a little hesitant at first, but I had drawn up some ideas for maybe a year or two down the road, and just to entertain myself. Sometimes I have to draw things and sketch things to get it off my mind. So that's what I did. And then when I sat there, I said, hey, why are we waiting for all these things? So one example is this. It didn't come with a lot of space for storage for food. Like, the food was getting put on Gracie's side of the bed and anywhere we could tuck it. Really weird and awkward when you really want to enjoy your camping experience. I didn't understand it, but I'm like, why do we have a microwave in there? We use the microwave once ever. And he's like, oh, it's so nice to have a microwave. And I'm like, yeah, but we could use that space for storage, because we met some other A-frame people, and they showed us theirs, and they didn't have a microwave there. They had pull-out cupboards or pull-out drawers. I said, why don't we take the idea from that, get rid of the microwave we don't need, because we like to boondock, which means you can't plug in, which means you got no power to power a microwave anyway, so it's a dead space. I was sticking all the paper plates in it, so it's kind of a big area to have just storage for a couple paper plates. So I said, why don't we pull that out and make that a food pantry? I'll flip down this, we'll make the best of it. And lo and behold, Alex just whipped that thing out way quicker than I ever expected, and that became our pantry, and that just kind of springboarded it. So here I was. Backtrack on the story. I haven't changed much. I still get all confused, especially when it comes to videos. So the biggest thing I said that I want from a camper is a toilet. something to go to the bathroom in without having to go outside into the potty tent in the cold. You know, I'm older, I kind of piddle a little bit. I need to pee at night where it's warmer, not out, and I don't need to, I'm a little bit glamper. Anyway, so that's a long story to say. I came up with a plan that the second bed that Gracie slept on was quite a bit wide, and that allowed me to steal 16 inches of it in my eyes, to make a bathroom and a place to go to the bathroom and some privacy and some storage for clothes. Where do we put our clothes? Anyway, this is what happened. I'm going to show you all this in a video on itself, and I'm telling you that to introduce this part too. But what happened when it comes to my doll stuff? So here I was working on, how can I forget, it's right there. The Winter Ever After High room, Epic Winter. I was working on that, and I can honestly say, for one, I was a little bit bored with it because I think I've done enough winter stuff, so it just wasn't, the inspiration wasn't there. But I was working on it, and more than anything, I was redoing their hair and fixing it all up, and I was repainting all the accessories. How do I know this? Because it's all sitting there still dusty. And as I was doing it, I was doing that a little bit and trying to work on this trailer when I can and do the project there, and I was going back and forth. And it got to be too much because this project was more advanced. It's not the most advanced thing in the world for a carpenter. We're not carpenters. I just have good ideas. Alex can measure well. We made do, and we had to put more effort into it, like mentally, especially me, because I knew what I wanted, but I didn't know where the wood had to connect and this and all this carpentry stuff and how the measurements were, and a lot of it was trial and error, slow. And I just finally, you can probably find that, well, I know it because there's the last picture of a Barbie doll on my Instagram, and I was just like, you know what? I can't do any of this. I can't do both things, and right now, let's take a priority. We have time to do this when we can fit it in. We're gonna do it now before the summer hits, and when it all comes down to it, I just wanted to do it. And I just wanted to be me, who I am and I've always been, dive in and get it done. And that's exactly what I did, what we did. Any minute Alex had in between, you know, learning his new position, it was really interesting to say the least, because it then did get too hot outside, so we had to bring the project into the living room for painting and staining and all that stuff. So and we fought a lot, quite honestly. We fought a lot because this was really hard for us. So that's the one part you'll find out about the box, and then, you know, just transforming the space from the microwave into this pantry. It just kept growing, and somewhere in there I set the dolls aside, and that's where Epic Winter is still sitting on my cart, pushed in the corner, dusty as all get out, waiting for their hair rollers to be taken out. At least they're going to be really good curly because they've been rolled and dried for a long time. So more to it, where I dove in extra, and even during the hot months of Arizona, I was in the garage. And when this thing closes down, it's like this, so you have enough space to crawl around your knees. But I did a lot of work in there on my knees, sweating like crazy. I called it my hot yoga projects because I was getting quite steamed in there. But anyway, that's to say, I was in there a lot with everything I could do with it closed. I did, as well as the things that when we were done camping, I finished inside the house. Sewing, the curtains were cute, but if you had the light on inside and you were from the outside, they had a silhouette. If I'm changing, washing myself in front of the few windows that are there, I did not like that. I went to the bathroom once while Alex was in there brushing his teeth or whatever, and I could tell everything he was doing because I could see the silhouette. And this, in my little space of a trailer camper, that freaked me out. So I lined all the curtains as I wanted to with blackout. That also helped because of the sun beating in it. It can get like a tuna can hot in there, and then there's these big bubble windows. They didn't have anything besides a shade. You know, your body is laying here underneath the one bubble window, and as we said, Alex is getting like suntanned under there because it's so hot in the morning, or depending on which way it's placed, you know, the sun would come in. So that was a project, how to figure out how to put some blackout curtains to begin with, but blackout more important, so we can Velcro them off and everything. So that was a big, more intermediate sewing job than I'd ever done. The countertops that made, I mean, I did them with staining, and I did the proper 3 or 4 coats of varnish with a little mineral spirits to make it, I mean, shiny. Sanded each coat. It's beautiful, and I will share that all with you. I guess I'm just telling you all this to say that all the skills I had, hey, give it up a little bit, please. All the skills I have that I've used on my dollhouses are also used on my projects when I have them to do and put into it. And I did another one that kind of grew from this. We're doing an Americana theme in the camper since we're going to travel America. I thought that would be cool. So lots of red, white, and blue. And yeah, you good? Lots of red, white, and blue, which makes it we live in it, and it's pretty obvious not living it full time, but when we're in it, we live in it, it's comfortable as us, and the whole thing became, you know, we own it, it's ours. Probably some people might love the upgrade, some people won't, who knows. You'll see that video, and I hope you like it. And anyway, I was getting to the fact of saying I always wanted to make a quilt, and I had screenshotted a page. I know I couldn't do the usual tech quilt, and I found a screenshot of a picture of a rag quilt. So I ended up jumping in full force. So you'll see in that video I made 2 quilts, double size to cover the main bed, and then a single type size to cover Gracie's side, or just be a throw. And then I snuck, I know Gracie will never watch this now, I snuck in one for her for Christmas, which is tucked away to give her a Christmas, and throw size. And I always wanted a king size cover for our bed that is old style, that folds over the pillows and goes floor to floor and just touches. I did that. It took me a month to do that. So that was another reason why I had to break away, because I felt so good to do something non-doll related, but yet fulfill my own personal crafting challenges. I now currently have that in the washer for the first time. It makes a mess if anybody's ever done rag quilts. There's a lot of lint and fall off on it, so and it's big, but it's big enough that it can go in our washer and dryer and still work, as compared to if you had that in a regular comforter, you'd have to go to the laundromat. So anyway, notice that video about the comforters, the blankets, the quilts in the trailer. And hopefully if it's dry in time, I'll give you a view of that. I can definitely put a picture in it, but I don't know if I can show you the whole thing. It's about 29 squares by 29 squares of 5-inch squares. 3 layers. That's a lot of squares. Cute about it is some of the leftover fabrics from all the Ever After High houses and anything, even if I've got 1 square from it, it's in there. So that's really neat to see all that. Now I want to touch on something else. You know, I had some issues with YouTube and they were very discouraging. And now there's the latest thing going on with YouTube, which is immensely discouraging. But, like, are my comments there? Do you see them? I'm having a feeling I'm going to lose them. Let me not try and get on a tangent on that. But more so, I want to say that YouTube was becoming something that hasn't been a very positive spot for me. All in all, like, I have to just spit it out. Once they put those commercial breaks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in there, and they did that automatically, that made me mad. So if you see it on mine, I don't want to go through the work of 400 videos to take it off, because it was automatic. Some people put them in, and some people didn't mean to, like myself, and it's in there, so I got to come back. I've gone to my main videos and taken them off. But anyway, my point is this. I like to go have a nice hot bath and put on YouTube, relax, and watch a long video. I love long videos. I want to connect with the person I'm watching. I want to feel the vibe. I want to take it all in. I want to be uninterrupted. You'll do your, before it was the roll in the beginning and the thing at the end. Now it's 5 times. I was getting more mad, like, why am I watching commercials? So many commercials. And here you are, you're focused, you're in with the person, you're talking to them, and then boom, there's a commercial. And then they continue talking because it just cuts it with no, like, it's not expected. And then boom, you're listening or you're watching, and then boom, you're cut off, and then boom, they jump right back in. I didn't like that. That was taking away like what I enjoyed about YouTube, because YouTube is all about the connection with a person. Whether the person connects to everybody is different, or who their audience might be, but it is a connection. And those freaking commercials are driving me nuts. Not to mention then sponsorship were happening on some of the channels I like. It's like, I'm watching those commercials, this commercial, and then they're talking about products in their video so much that it was like, this is all a commercial. YouTube is a freaking commercial, and I am tired of it. There's no, I know I'm not a superstar nor will ever be on YouTube, but at least I think I've always been myself. And you like me or you don't. You're here or you're not. Even maybe if you come around sometimes, but I hope you're making a connection with me personally, not when I'm trying to influence on you. I hate that word still. Now there's doll influencers. That as well makes things very negative for me. I'm not here to influence you to buy dolls. So all of this was becoming something that is like commercial, push, 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 buy, 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 and losing that connection of the person I'm watching, or the show I'm watching, or the video I'm watching. I just couldn't handle it. And then looking at my account, like, now you expect me to go through and delete and change the settings so that I don't get the commercials in the middle. It's just in the beginning or the end. And you'll see my little blurbs up at top. But, I mean, that's so much work. And that part was frustrating me too. So we did the video for the trailer tour, the upgrade tour. And I uploaded it, and I looked at where you edit it, and it was all different. I'm like, okay, there's some cool stuff on here, but I'm not ready for this. And I'm not very fond of technology. I don't love technology, but I do love being here, and I have made promises to you. And there's that part that I do like, which is really communicating with you, which goes to the next problem about the YouTube kids banishing you to YouTube kids. I don't want to get into it too much because some people are whining, and they should just, I think, some people profited much off of what they did wrong, and I did some too, a little bit, and I feel bad about that, and I'm glad they figured it out and are not doing that, because it's not good to track kids. I don't even like people tracking me, and I see what happens when people track my kid and influence her to do stuff, and all of that comes into our home, influences from freaking YouTube videos. So I can see why they don't want to do it. I understand it. They broke the law. Now payment has to be made, and the over adjustment has to be made. Adjustment that sometimes punishes everybody. What's the saying? Everybody's got to wear a diaper because somebody shit their pants. Yeah, first time I've sworn on my YouTube. I'm a cusser when I'm home. I am, and I've just not sworn and cussed on YouTube, not because I was trying to be a child friendly, but it just was to be a good role model to my kid. And it just didn't seem appropriate. And now it feels like if I would have cussed more, maybe I wouldn't get thrown to the YouTube kids. But, it's here nor there. They're going to send me over there or not, whatever. Discouraging to me, because if I get my comments lost the most, that'll hurt. Especially the big video. It doesn't get the views it did because of all the ghosting and all that crap, but there's years and years of comments on there that I put my effort on to watch, to be a responsible YouTuber and not let things get out of hand in the comment section and filter out disgusting stuff and big mouths and trouble. I've been dedicated to that, and it's just good memories. I now have people so that video was out 4.5 years ago, where those kids are like teens, tweens, whatever. even 10, 9, like Grace was at the time, and now they're in high school and they're coming back and saying hello and what they felt about it and sharing their nostalgia and, you know, what's that thing? Who else is here in 2019? The people are still talking to me, and that's neat. And I'm going to be really sad to lose that. And I'm going to be sad to lose that in any video anyway. So I guess another form of, I don't think I'll ever get into and will get into sharing camping videos too much because my time out there with Alex, as I said, is pretty precious. We really connect. We really, I recharge. So I don't know if I'm going to do a lot of that, but if I could do the odd one or at least this tour and it gets some adult eyes, maybe that will save us from being banished to YouTube Kids. Because I know kids watch this, young ones, not preschool and all that, so I don't know. It's not young kids, but there's definitely younger people watching and I interacted with them. I hope I was a positive influence. I think I was. Not only on here, but for all the private conversations with young people who want to talk. So I can't deny that part of it. And I'm pretty sure plenty of them were under 13. But I'm pretty sure more of what I was talking, like, my audience, I think, is women and men like myself that are adults and collectors of dolls, I think, and not young people look out of a quick fascination and then they leave. They're not watching Gene and they're not going to watch the camping videos. So anyway, I hope maybe some adult eyes and the algorithm catches, you know, some accounts that seem like adults watching, so maybe it'll be different. What I'm hoping. So enjoy that video when it comes up. So here's where I'm at this long later. I can never do short videos. We're at 22 minutes without editing. I'm still going to continue to be me. I'll be here. I want to get my connection back with you, with YouTube, Instagram. Health-wise, let me put it this way as well. Let's add that, you know, my fatigue. And now I think finally, after all these years, I found a good doctor. And he's upped my medication to a spot where I actually got some energy. Because let me add, while we dedicated ourselves to all those projects for the trailer, we neglected all our housework. I obviously didn't do doll stuff. I didn't dust very much. And the yard work got out of hand. So the past 3 weekends, we've had yard cleaning dates to catch up on that. And that also adds to what it was my problem before, is my energy. And I got I'm on the 3rd doctor now. The last one retired and he was good. But I have a 3rd one and I think finally he's listening to me and trying stuff. So he's gonna test me for other things. But anyway, he upped my medication in a way that has not been, my weight gain, gained it all back. So, and I was eating good. By the way, I mean, adding to that, I went and got a plaque test. Old people talk. See, this is not for kids. I got a calcium score done, and I have 0 plaque in my arteries. So I'm a person who eats poorly or drinks a lot of soda or anything like that. But, you know, so it's not showing in there. It's just the metabolism shutting down from the thyroid disease. So I could exercise 5 hours a day and still not lose weight. I was eating a cabbage diet for 2 weeks to see what would happen, and I gained weight off that. So, you know, that means the metabolism is shut down. So for a while there, up until about 3 weeks ago, you know, my energy and fatigue was still up and down all over the place, and I had to jump when I had, you know, the energy to do things, and nap when I don't. It's still a struggle. But since he's changed this last jump in my medicine, which was quite drastic compared to what I've ever had it changed. Wow. What? I feel like a little bit like myself. If you guys remember when you first met me with videos, I was slamming out videos, doing some serious crafting, and that all went downhill. And now I feel a little bit like me again. Now, mind you, I can't be doing as much stuff as I was doing then because I do have other responsibilities, getting us ready to camp and all that stuff. And regular life things that suck, but they gotta be done. And Gracie's in high school now. That's an adjustment. We're doing okay, but that's an adjustment. Takes time to meld better. Yeah, where was I? Fatigue, yeah, sometimes that can make me tired too. Stress me out. Make me want to eat ice cream. I actually don't remember when was the last time I had ice cream. I think I had McDonald's ice cream. Yeah, so that's funny. I keep gaining weight when I am not eating ice cream. My weakness is still popcorn, though. I do like popcorn. A whole lot of words and a whole lot of talking, just to bring you back to where I'm at. I still got a snoring dog. I still love dolls, and maybe that's the way I should end this, that I hope when you're on my channel and you've gotten to know me, you would know it's realistic. And a person who's a doll lover, not a YouTuber, not an Instagrammer, not a dollstagrammer, and doing all this stuff which is of the social media, someone who just collects dolls collects dolls as an adult without all the social media. Sometimes life happens, and as much as you crave and want, like I look at my dolls and I'm like, sometimes you just don't have time, and it's got to be set aside. I remember when I was working on the Monster High doll room, and I was at a point where I was on the camper, funny enough, the camper, and I couldn't lift it because my shoulder went bad, which now we know, and I get shots about every 4 months for that, and that put me out of commission, I think, for about 6 months until I sorted that out. So life happens for all different kinds of reasons. Sometimes you just have to set it aside and do life, adulting, all that good stuff. Oh, I just broke my thing. Darn it. So that's where I've been. I've been adulting, but adulting for good things. I hope that in the next year, we haven't been able to go far because our truck is not really strong enough that we trust it to go further, and it is our hope in the next year that with his promotion, and if things go good, life goes good, we can get a better pickup truck too that has a little more power to get us further. We can have adventures further. I think I'm just sharing that to be sharing that. And where was I? With that is the hope that I can bring a little bit of dolls, at least our me dolls, the family dolls, to camping trips, take some pictures. I don't know if I'll do videos. Like I said, I don't want to be, I have a thing, we have a sticker on the camper and it says no cell phones. And I mean that. I don't want to be all over my phone when we're camping. I just don't. I don't like that. Phone being the camera. I'll have it around because we have playlists. It's been fun making playlists. And I just don't want to do that. Maybe later I will, but I don't know. I think I say in the video that we did, because we did that 2 months ago, that video of the tour of the camper, that maybe we might, and that's it, we might, but it's never going to be this channel is going to switch into a camping channel. It's not going to be, because I do not want to be out camping in the nature, you know, doing that and then have my camera out and then having to edit and all. I just don't want to do that. And y'all know how I feel about editing. It's not my forte of creativity. I do videos to share and chat with you. That's the only reason why. And that's where I stand, and that's where we're at. And there's a lot of stuff, but you know, that's me being me. Long videos. And to those of you who do longer videos, I enjoy your videos. I do. I enjoy it. And now, did you notice it's becoming more trendy? And even you got to be past 10 minutes on YouTube. It's more popular to have more than 10-minute videos, and that's pretty neat. But enough commercials. Oh my God, commercials. So no promises here. We try to camp once a month for sure. I mean, why did we buy this if we're not using it? And it's good for my soul. It's really good for my soul. I never knew I could enjoy sitting by the water. I got a fishing pole. I got a fish. Actually, I caught a fish the last camp, my first time. That's so funny. I never knew how much that could feed my soul. So we try to do that. That's become a priority in our life. Alex likes the break from work. It's our, you know, planned date. Our date is a date weekend, and that's good for us. So that's a priority. And I think what I'm going to do is just go through all my videos that I've done that are sitting there, try and figure out where the hell I left off, try to figure out how the hell to use YouTube again. And I know I have Jean videos from, oh my god, our last anniversary last August that I haven't put out. I want to do that. I know I'm ready to video the Jean display thing that I didn't do. It's ready, it's clean, it's dusty, it's looking pretty. So that's, I know where I left off. I have to do that, but everything leading up to that is still sitting here. I think there's even something about the rainbow Chelsea dolls sitting back. So I'm gonna push all that stuff out. So if people don't like me, they can just leave. They'll be, oh, I hate this woman, let's go. And unsubscribe, subscribe. I don't care. New people might go, yeah, I like you, yeah, no, whatever. It's still gonna be me, and I'm gonna throw all those videos out for you in between some back-to-back camping. Happy Thanksgiving. This is Friday, 6:30 p.m. The Friday before Thanksgiving. I'm gonna try and get this up tonight, tomorrow at the latest, because we are going camping for Thanksgiving. Looking so forward to that. And we're gonna also do a stint for Christmas, and then someone's coming to visit, family's coming to visit in January, so we're gonna do a stint with them. So that's kind of like the time it takes me to get things ready, unpack, all that stuff. In between, I finally hope to get back to my doll stuff, because the real me who loves dolls, social media or not, is craving to do some doll crafts and open some. I haven't bought a lot, kinda, but it's more because things have been on sale. Like I just got a stack and it's getting kind of stupid, and most of it's on sale. I think, yeah, most of it was, got some really good sales as they were coming along, so that's stacked up and waiting. And yeah, I just gotta take stock and see where I'm at. So I don't know how my videos are gonna be, besides trying to do the box rooms. They're still staring at me. And 32 minutes, yeah. No promises, but I am here. I have not forgotten about you. And I know lots of you that, see me liking and clicking your stuff on Instagram. I was still lurking out there looking and going, oh, I can't wait till I have time to play with my dollies again. And real life will give me that opportunity soon, I hope. And I hope you'll be here with me for it. To those of you who have made it this long and have waited and come back to watch this and be a part of whatever the future is here, thank you very much. And if I'm on YouTube, kids, I hope you're looking for me, because that's the only way you'll find me. Anyway, you just have a good night. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of this again. And take care. I love you. And see you next time.